people want to know, what was your first DoorDash order and how would you rate it here in Dallas? And then also I wanted to ask, what's a celebrity you want to see at a game?
My first DoorDash order, that's a good question. I think it was a taco spot. And tacos were great, of course. And then I would like to see Kyrie at a game for sure.
What's one lesson you learned playing at UConn?
So many lessons. I think the importance of taking responsibility for everything and taking accountability for your own actions, which then leads you to being able to hold others accountable, and how important that is to success. You can't tell somebody to do something that you're not doing yourself, so it holds you to a different standard as well. So I would say that amongst many others.
Paige, how have you been able to balance the transition in the sense that you really didn't have a break, since you won, and just coming out here? What do you try to do away from the court to kind of keep your mind at ease and that kind of thing?
A lot of rest and recovery, taking care of my body, eating right, sleeping right, and making sure I'm doing everything hot tub, getting treatment, manual work, doing everything possible to make sure that I'm as physically ready and mentally ready as I can be for this upcoming season, and just stay connected with my teammates, continue to build a bond that way on and off the court to make that transition easier as well.
What song do you have on repeat? That's one question. Then the second question, what 3 things can you live without?
Can I not live without?
Can you not live without?
Song I have on repeat. Probably something on the new Coco Jones album. I don't have a specific song, but I would say that album. And then 3 things I can't live without, definitely my faith, my family / friends, that's gonna count as 2, and then 3 will probably be my iPad.
What's on your iPad?
Everything's on my iPad, my life is on my iPad. Mostly I just watch basketball, watch shows, color sometimes. Yeah, that's about it.
Paige, a few weeks ago you just won your national tournament. As far as being on the floor with the Las Vegas Aces, how are you feeling checking into the first one?
Super surreal. I look up to so many of those women and have watched them over the past years. And then being on the court with my teammates who I've also looked up to, and just enjoy being on the court together. To think about like 3 weeks ago, or I don't know, I think it was a month ago now, that we were playing the national title at UConn, and now we're here in the WNBA and we're playing the first preseason game. It's just been a whirlwind. I'm so thankful for the opportunity that the Dallas Wings have given me and the other rookies, and just to be a part of this new organization. So I'm definitely thankful for sure.
Paige.
Go ahead.
Also a Coco Jones fan, love that. A lot has been made about you being a very finesse player. How are you balancing that with the physicality they say WNBA rookies need to develop?
Yeah, like you said, I've kind of always been finesse, weaving my way through traffic. Not necessarily avoiding contact, but being smart about when to take it and when to pull up. I usually don't like to over-penetrate and make things tougher at the rim. But offensively, defensively, they let more physicality go. You can get away with more. And so to know the balance of not wanting to be too physical, especially coming off of a long season, and drain my body, but also be willing to embrace the contact on both sides of the floor and use that to your advantage. Maya, go ahead.
How is being an older citizen influenced you?
Is it me?
It's influenced me so much in life. It's just given me such a joy. Just one of the best days of my life was when the first day I was a big sister. Just being a role model, being somebody that they can look up to, just being a voice, just whenever they need me. I know how important it is to have a person you can vent to, go to for advice. But just for them to be able to look up to their big sister and want to fill those shoes, and it doesn't even mean basketball-wise, but who I am as a person, it means everything to me, and it just makes your interactions with kids a little bit special because you know how much it can impact them, and so extremely, extremely thankful for that. Okay.
Clearly, Paige, being new to the WNBA, but when you come into an organization that has so much else about it in you, between the new players and new coaches and so much, do you think help the adjustment a little bit easier? Or?
Yeah, I think we're all learning. As much as, we're a new rookie class, there's a lot of new in the organization, as I've talked about before. But it makes you appreciate being around each other as we're all learning and going through the same stuff together. Obviously, people have different levels of experience and years behind them. But just like we talked about, we're building the foundation for what we want the Dallas Wings to look like this year and in the upcoming years. So it's really exciting to be a part of a lot of new.
So what was it like playing your first game in a Wings uniform back on a college campus?
It was crazy. There was like so many mixed vibes happening all at once. You felt like you're back at college, but then you're playing the WNBA against one of the best teams in the league with an amazing Wings team ourselves. So it was pretty surreal if I had one word to describe it. Go up here.
Paige, I know you're wearing the Kobe Grinches currently right now. Is that the shoe you will you be wearing Kobe's throughout the season this year?
I would say yeah, some Kobe's, some GT cuts. I like the Devin Bookers as well, so I would say I'll switch it up a little bit. Go to Mac.
Yeah, you know, when you were in college and I was still in high school, you didn't lose a lot. And what happens with college players when they turn pros, they have to get used to, you're going to lose some games now. Have you talked to anybody, or do you have any way to prepare for that feeling that part of being a pro is losing games sometimes, maybe more than you're accustomed?
Yeah, I think I've come to that realization that I've been extremely blessed and fortunate to be in great situations in high school and in college, and it's different in the W. You don't see teams going undefeated. You don't see a lot of single loss seasons, which is something that the teams I've been playing on have not been accustomed to. So it's definitely going to be an adjustment. You never want to get used to losing, but you want to get used to learning from games, learning from lessons, and moving forward and taking whatever you learned from the last game, the last practice, the last whatever, to continue to make you better for the future. So, I mean, I've talked to Coach about it, both coaches, my old coach, my new coach. I have a sports psychologist that I work with that just helps you stay focused and in the present and not focus on the win and loss column, but focusing on how you can get better every single day. So just keeping that in the forefront and just learning from things and trying to get better from that.